The April 3rd, 2018 licensing board hearing will commence here in the first floor Boards and Commissions room. We have a 9-item agenda. Is that what I'm hearing you whisper to me, Susan? A 9-item agenda. Before we start, we will read the open meeting law. Pursuant to the open meeting law, any person may make an audio or video recording of this public meeting or may transmit the meeting through any medium. Attendees are therefore advised that such recordings or transmissions are being made, whether perceived or unperceived, by those present, and are deemed acknowledged and permissible. We are jumping out of order at the request of the Woodward School, which we love having here in Quincy. And is anyone here from the Woodward School? Come on down. This is agenda item number 5. And this is the hearing regarding the request of the Woodward School Alumni Leadership Council for a special use permit one-day wine and malt license for a brunch and fashion show. The event will be held in Westner Hall on April 7th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And this is Miss Tanisha, right?
I'm actually Madeline Burke.
Madeline Burke. Let me get my name right. Madeline Burke. So why don't you tell us about the event, okay, Madeline?
Sure. So I'm co-chairing the Alumni Leadership Council for the school, and we're putting on the brunch and fashion show to support a Girls Empowerment Fund for the school. So it's a charity event, and ticket sales and the sales from the purchases of the alcohol will go towards the school.
Okay, and this is on the 7th, which is this Sunday? Saturday.
This Saturday.
Beautiful, beautiful. Before I open it up to the board, does anybody in the audience have any comments, questions, concerns? Seeing none. This is open to the public?
Yes.
And how do people get tickets?
Online. We have online registration through the school's website.
There's an online website. Okay, that sounds good. Any outfits in blue? I know we'd have someone who'd like to, a male model who'd be very good at blue for the fashion show.
It's all girls fashion show, unfortunately.
Oh, now we only have one person.
Women empowerment.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, but we will keep you in mind next time.
No? With that, I see it's being catered by Perry's Gourmet Catering, and Perry's is out of?
I'm not sure.
Not sure, okay.
Dorchester.
Dorchester, all right. Can you just have them touch base with my office?
Absolutely.
Just give a phone call
Yep.
down first thing in the morning.
For
They
sure.
can talk to Paul Anderson or Bill DeCarli. And I might even have one of their cards here. No.
What was the second name? Paul Anderson or
Bill DeCarli.
DeCarli.
I don't have one of their cards here. With that, board members, any other comments, questions?
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to grant the request of the Woodward School Alumni Leadership Council for a special use permit one-day wine and malt beverage license for a brunch and fashion show. The event will be held in Wesner Hall on April 7th, 2018 from 10 to 2 p.m., represented by Madeline Burke.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to grant the request of the Woodward School Alumni Leadership Council for a special use permit one-day wine and malt beverage license for a brunch and fashion show on April 7th, 2018 at the Wesner Hall. It's from 10 to 2 p.m. and it's represented by Madeline Burke. All in favor?
Aye.
You're all set.
Thank you so much.
Good luck. Before we jump to number 1, I do want to say that we do have Captain Kennedy here. Captain, right?
Yes.
Captain Kennedy, who is an experienced member of the board, sitting in for Chief Joe Barron today. So we will jump to agenda item number 1. And this is the Best Buddies International. Anyone here from Best Buddies? Come on down. This is the Best Buddies hearing regarding the request of the International Best Buddies for a special use permit for the annual Best Buddies Challenge, Hyannisport. The 100-mile bike ride will be held Saturday, June 2nd, 2018, and it comes through Boston between the hours of 7 and 8 a.m. Quincy, through Quincy, between the hours of 7 and 8 a.m. And this is Mr. Paul Curley.
Yes, sir.
Paul, tell us all about it.
Well, it's the 19th annual. This is my 13th year as the route manager, and we are 5.6 miles in the town of Quincy. We do have a comfort stop, what we call a comfort stop. we will put some porta-johns on Quincy Shore Drive at Caddy Park, and I will permit and have permitted with DCR for that particular location. We do hire 4 details from the city of Quincy to cover some of the busier intersections. And like you say, we should be out of Quincy by 8 a.m.
This really has minimal amount of impact.
Saturday morning.
Because of the hours of the event. And you're not even starting in Quincy, you're starting in Boston. And you come
Santander Bank hosts the start on Morrissey Boulevard.
That's beautiful. All the other paperwork is in order, and again, this is the 19th year, and this is the 12th that you've been...
13th, I think, my 13th year.
That's fantastic. I have a friend who drives in the Best Buddies. It's a great cause, so. Anybody in the audience have any comments, questions, concerns? Seeing none, we'll close that portion. Board members, comments, questions, or looking for a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to grant the request of Best Buddies International for a special use permit for their 19th annual Best Buddies Challenge Hyannisport. The 100-mile bike ride will be held Saturday, June 2nd, 2018. The ride begins in Boston and will come through Quincy between 7 a.m. and 8 a.m., represented by Mr. Paul Curley.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to grant the request of Best Buddies International for a special use permit for the annual Best Buddies Challenge Hyannisport to be held Saturday, June 2nd, 2018. They'll be going through the city of Quincy between the hours of 7 a.m. and 8 a.m., and we have Mr. Paul Curley as the route manager. All in favor?
Aye.
Paul, you're all set.
Thank you. Thank you, Susan. for
Good luck, okay?
Good luck.
Thank you. So not weather like this.
Okay. Do we have anyone here from the Quincy Animal Shelter? Come on down. This is agenda item number 2, hearing regarding the request of the Quincy Animal Shelter for a special use permit for the 10th annual Cause for Paws 5K road race and dog walk. The event will be held October 14th at 2018 at Marina Bay Squanah Point Park, and registration begins at 8, and I assume this is Miss Courtney O'Keefe.
Yes, I am.
Courtney, tell me what I left out of the great day, okay?
It's our 10th annual, and I think the blueprint is pretty much the same as the last 3 years. Nothing's changed. Involvement from the police department, certainly Lieutenant Gillen is there, the motor brigade. The insurance is all in place. Marina Bay is granted access, and everything's moving along as normal.
I'm just looking at the dog walk.
Yeah.
Gonna take yours
10
now?
a.m.
10 a.m. What to say?
Take your dogs?
Yeah.
Take your dog?
Oh, my
I
dog.
could take my dog.
My dog
Would win?
would win.
Is that a race? It's
I
a-
come here.
Oh, mine would race. With that, is there any refreshments or anything like that afterwards, or is it just,
Just donations,
Just
mostly from
donations.
Wegmans.
okay.
How many folks do you get?
Typically, it's about 275,
That's pretty good.
and it remains the largest fundraiser for the shelter.
That's good.
What about tents? Do you have tents out there?
But, no,
No.
but we have, if folks want to bring tents, PCR allows us to when they're weighted.
I mean, those big, those catered type of tents where the,
No, we try to limit them just because of the wind.
Anybody in the audience, comments, questions, concerns? Seeing none, we'll close. Board members, pleasure?
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to grant the request of the Quincy Animal Shelter for a special use permit for their 10th annual Cause for Paws 5K road race and dog walk. The event will be held on October 14th, 2018 in Marina Bay, Squanah Point Park. Registration begins at 8 a.m., represented by Ms. Courtney O'Keefe.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to grant the request of the Quincy Animal Shelter for a special use permit for the 10th annual Cause for Paws 5K road race and dog walk, October 14th, 2018. The event begins at 8 a.m. What time do you think it all wraps up?
Noon.
8 a.m. to noon, represented by Ms. Courtney O'Keefe. All in favor?
Aye.
Great,
Courtney,
thank you.
you're all set.
Good
Good
luck.
luck,
Thank
okay?
Thank you.
Got it. Ralph, come on down. No, you're Brian, is this Ralph, right?
This is Ralph.
Ralph, good. Here again, this is agenda item number 3, which I have a lot of issues with right now. Hearing regarding the request of Friends of Troop 6 House Neck for a special use permit one-day wine and malt beverage license for the 8th annual Pinewood Derby for adults. The event will be held at the House Neck Congregational Church on Saturday, April 28th, 2018, from 7 to 11 p.m. Mr. Ralph Jacobs. Ralph, how are you?
Good, Andy, how are you?
I'm absolutely wonderful.
Thank you for this opportunity to be here.
How come I didn't win last year?
Because
I
you
had,
do it right.
I had 4 heats and I came in 3rd and last on all of them.
You gotta put the weight in the front and hide it.
The rat didn't cut.
Some of these people, they spend, many, many hours, maybe put 60 or 70 hours into a car to get it right there, How about some
Just
graphite?
10 minutes.
You try a little graphite on the wheels, on the axles?
No, I just used the little kit that you gave me. I was
Right.
playing by the rules. All I did was add a little fur. That was it. It's a great event.
It is.
I had an absolute ball down there. It was a
Good.
lot of fun.
Good. It's a fundraiser for Troop 6 Quincy, put on by the Friends of Troop 6 and the adult leadership. It goes from 7 to 11 p.m. It's at the Housenet Congregational Church. We do ask for license to sell beer and wine. They have light refreshments there. We typically have maybe 100, a little bit more. Some people come and just stay for a little while, and some of them are there to the bitter end watching their cars race. And it's a nice evening. Men and women are invited. There were actually women that actually race cars too. And so it's a lot of fun. So if you have any questions, I'll be glad to answer them.
Before I open it up to the board, does anybody in the audience have any comments or questions? Seeing none, we'll close that portion. My first, how much is it again for the car?
It's only $5 for the cab. I think it's $20
To register?
Yeah,
Yeah.
register, and that includes the refreshments.
Yeah. So, it was a lot of fun last year. I'll probably.
You gonna come back?
Oh, yeah.
Good, good.
Can't do worse, right? Board members, any comments, questions?
Unless it's the last place for us. Can't do any worse.
I can't do
Did you-
any
Where
worse
you
than
actually last?
I was in the bottom 5th of they have all the names up there. And I think I didn't win a single heat. I came in 3rd once. Is there only 3
There's 3 cars that
cars at a
compete.
time? So I came in 2nd once, and I came in 3rd the other 3 times, and then you gotta move on to the next set.
Right,
Yeah,
then you advance if you're successful.
I was not successful. But I shall try again. Okay, looking for a motion for the Adult Pinewood Derby, which is just a fantastic cause down in Howe's Neck, and if you're looking for a lot of fun for a night, it's a great way to do it.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to grant the request of Friends of Troop 6 House Neck for a special use permit, 1-day wine and malt beverage license for their 8th annual Adult Pinewood Derby. The event will be held at the House Neck Congregational Church on Saturday, April 28th, from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m., represented by Mr. Brian LaRoche.
Or Ralph Jacobs.
Second?
Second.
Motion made and seconded to grant the request of the Friends of Troop 6 House Neck for a special use permit, 1-day wine and malt beverage license for the 8th annual Pinewood Derby at the House Neck Congregational Church on Saturday, April 28, 2018, from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m., represented by Mr. Ralph Jacobs. All in favor?
Aye.
Ralph, you're all set.
Thank you
I
very
can't
much.
believe it's so quick.
I know,
Yeah, it's like good stuff.
right?
It doesn't give me a lot of time to work on the car.
Doesn't sound like you need much to come in last.
Well, I may just leave a square box that's here. Okay, agenda item number 8. This is the hearing regarding the Friends of the Thomas Crane Public Library for a special use permit, 1-day wine and malt beverage license for a cocktail reception for renewing the North Quincy branch. The event will be held at the library April 27th, 2018, from 6 to 8 p.m., and it's being represented by Counselor at Large, Miss Nina Liang,
Thank
who
you.
also sits on the board, right?
Yes.
There you go.
So just wanted to make clear, I am here in my capacity as a resident and a foundation board member and not at all as a city council. So no pressure. But so we're the foundation board of the library branch, which means that we're a separate entity and not the trustees or the library itself as a city entity. And we're doing a fundraiser this year to try to raise $50,000 to replace all the furniture at the North Quincy branch. And so we're hosting it in the Richardson Room on Friday, April 27th, and we are going to serve food on site. The cousins are coming and doing sushi, full service food, and then we're also going to have liquor donated. And the company that's on that sheet there are going to send us 2 servers that are tip certified, over 18, and are allowed to serve liquor under the Mass General Law. And they're going to be there from the full time of the event, plus 1 hour afterwards, to make sure that the cleanup is fully done before we close up the library. And so ideally, we can have a liquor license for the 2 hours of the event, but if we can extend it to an hour afterwards, and just for the cleanup, that would be great.
That would be the 9 PM.
Yes.
Yeah, 6 to 9.
Are there tickets for this event or?
There are, we're gonna be selling them at $100 a ticket, plus, any sponsorship opportunities that people want to take out as well.
Does anybody in the audience have any comments, questions, concerns? See none, we'll close. You answered my question as far as the catering goes. Jimmy does a super job, so we have no issues with that at all. The beer and wine, that's fine. That looks good. I have no other concerns or anything. It sounds like a great idea and it's a great cause.
Thank you.
Looking for a motion, board.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to grant the request of the Thomas Crane Public Library for a special use permit, one-day wine and malt beverage license for a cocktail reception for renewing the North Quincy branch. The event will be held at the library on April 27th from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. with an extended hour of cocktails to 9 p.m. represented by Ms. Nina Liang.
Second?
Motion made and seconded to grant the request of the Thomas Crane Public Library for a special use permit, one-day wine and malt beverage license for a cocktail reception for the renewing of the North Quincy branch. It will be held on April 27, 2018 from 6 to 9 p.m. and it's represented by Ms. Nina Liang. All in favor?
Aye.
Quick question, is it the
Yes.
main branch where you're gonna hold it? or
Yes,
no?
in
In the Richardson.
Richardson? Yeah. That'd be nice.
That's a
Feel
great.
free to come by, we'd love to have you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Agenda item number 6. This is the hearing regarding the request of Project Health CV Inc. for a special use permit, one-day wine and malt beverage license for the 3rd annual fundraiser for the medical mission to the Cape Verde Islands. The event will be held at the 1199 SEIU 108 Myrtle Street on May 5th from 7 to 11:30 p.m. And this is Miss Maria Demora.
Yes,
And you've been before us before, right?
I have.
I remember this event. So why don't you tell us all about it, and then we'll move forward from there, okay?
Well, we do 2 yearly medical missions. It started as 1, but now we do 2, to the 2 main hospitals in Cape Verde, West Africa. And a group of volunteer doctors, nurses, and other medical staff go into Cape Verde and provide free medical services for the people in the country. And although we've been doing this since 2009, we just became 4 years ago a nonprofit. And so this will be our 3rd fundraising gala. This is our only means of, through personal donations, and the fundraising gala is how we raise funds to be able to support the needs that we have here.
This is good. I don't know, anybody in the audience have any comments, questions, concerns? Again, this is not the first time we've done this. This is the 3rd, and I remember the very first time we did it.
How many people do you get normally?
Well, they've been nice enough, the healthcare workers union, to let us use their space for free. Like I said, it's all volunteer based, so we're not raking in the money. That space fills 350.
Wow.
But then they also have a lobby area, so it gives a little flexibility.
And who's gonna be serving the beer and wine?
Cesaria's restaurant, it's a Cape Verdean restaurant in Dorchester. They will be serving food.
And they're gonna be doing the catering part. Can you
Yes.
just have them contact my office too?
Sure.
Just, and they can either ask for Billy DeCarli or Paul Anderson, and it's no big deal, just so we know everything's going the right way, that's all.
Okay, I mean, it's been great the past 3.
Yeah,
past
we haven't had any issues, so.
No?
Anything else, board members, any other comments, questions?
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion to grant the request of Project Health CV Inc. for a special use permit, one-day wine and malt beverage license for their 3rd annual fundraiser for their medical mission to the Cape Verde Islands. The event will be held at 1199 SEIU 108 Myrtle Street on May 5th, 2018 from 7 p.m. to 11:30 p.m. represented by Ms. Maria Demora.
Second?
Motion made and seconded to grant the request of Project Health CV Inc. for a special use permit, one-day wine and malt beverage license for the 3rd annual fundraiser for the medical mission to the Cape Verde Islands. The event is held on May 5th, 2018, from 7 to 11:30 p.m. at 108 Myrtle Street, and it is the home of 1199 SEIU. And this is represented by Ms. Maria Demora. All in favor?
Aye.
You're all set. Good luck, okay?
Good luck.
Thank you, and you're all invited.
Thank you.
I'll send you the flyer.
Agenda item number 7. Here regarding the request of Full Speed Ahead for a special use permit, one-day all alcohol beverage license for a fundraiser for the USS Salem. This event will be held on the USS Salem on August 24th, 2018, from 6 to 11 p.m. Mr. Ryan Packer.
Good afternoon.
Ryan, how are you today?
I'm well, thank you.
Now, this is a fundraiser for the USS Salem.
That's correct. I started the Full Speed Ahead car show 2011 on the pier of the next to the ship. The pier was condemned, so I couldn't do the show anymore, so it's been about 3 years. As you know, the ship has moved. No longer conducive for a car show, so I'm just going to have a little get-together on the back of the ship.
Okay.
To benefit the ship?
To benefit the ship, yes. The car show is actually moved to South Weymouth. That'll be the following day.
Who will be serving the alcohol?
2 volunteers that are both tip certified.
Where are you gonna get the alcohol?
In the past, I had Pabst Blue Ribbon sponsor the event, so I'm hoping to either get them or I believe the license, you have to go through a distribution company, Burke.
Now, are you on the board for the USS Salem
I'm
or
not.
anything? No,
Just a
no.
volunteer.
You're just a volunteer, and you have all the permission from the USS Salem people to do it?
Absolutely.
Does anybody in the audience have any comments, questions, concerns? Seeing none. What are we going to be doing for food on the event?
No food will be served.
No food
Just
at
a
all?
couple hours.
Any advertising online? How do you,
There will be, the website will launch on May 1st, where you can buy tickets.
and what's the theme of the advertising? In other words, what's the attraction when you advertise? It's for just a fundraiser, or just?
Yeah,
Just
to
doing
support,
cars?
raise awareness for the ship, raise some money for the ship. Again, I had to move the car show itself. So the car show will be the next day, but we wanted to still incorporate the Salem, so we're just doing a little pre-party the night before.
And this will be all done on the top deck, above the deck?
Yes.
Nothing below deck?
I don't know actually if the ship will be open. I haven't rented it or any of that, but it'll be under the white tent on the back of the ship is what we've discussed.
Okay, it should be clear that this license, if it's granted, is for above the deck only,
Okay.
nothing below deck.
I would like to, I'd like maybe to just continue it, just so we can have someone from the USS Salem who's either sits on the board or someone within authority to say, yeah, we don't have a problem with the event going on. That's my only concern.
Something on the letterhead, something.
Yeah, no, that's,
Yeah.
yeah, not an issue at all.
So that,
So just a letter, or do we need a representative, or what?
just a letter even from, it's
Mike Condon?
Mike Condon and who else is on the board? Yeah.
Also, I do have a concern that I've felt there is alcohol being served from 6 to 11 with no
Without
food.
food, yeah.
So in the past, I've used Mark Kiss, I believe his name's Concession with the Kiss, and he stood before to get his permit and all that. I could absolutely hire him again and offer something.
I'd just like to have something there where, because the people are gonna be there
Right.
for 4 hours.
Yeah, I mean, that's absolutely doable.
How many people do you anticipate?
A couple hundred.
Maybe charge who, I think it was a Cashman down there, for parking and.
Right, so the new pier can facilitate enough cars, but that's not enough for a car show, but for just spectators coming up, won't be an issue.
I'm just gonna look to get this continued until April 17th.
Mhm.
That's just 2 weeks out.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to continue this case until April 17th.
Second? Second.
Motion made and seconded to continue the hearing regarding the request of school full speed ahead for a special use permit one-day all alcohol beverage license for a fundraiser for the USS Salem on August 24th, 2018, 6 to 11. This is so that we can just get a little bit more information from the people on the USS Salem that everything's okay and we're all going in the right direction. I'm thrilled that it's for August and you're up here this early. It gives us a chance to take care of any issues before it comes up, okay?
Because we've had a couple of hiccups.
We have in the past. That's why I just want to make sure
we're-
everything's the way it's supposed
It's
to
not
be.
reflective on you, it's, we've had.
Oh, yeah, no, I've done this a few
With the-
times, that's why I want to make sure everything's
No, I appreciate
good
it.
to go.
With that, do I, I'm going to ask for the vote. Everybody in favor of continuing until the 17th? All in favor?
Aye.
We'll see you on the 17th,
Very
okay?
good, so just bring in.
Just bring in a letter, yeah, with you. You can have someone from the Salem call me if you want. Here's my card.
Excellent.
They can call my cell phone anytime,
Very good.
okay?
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Agenda item number 8. This is the hearing regarding the request of Busini's, Mr. Sub, for a common vicular license at 62 Billings Road. And the proposed manager is going to be Jonas Seckham? Jonas, how are you today? Very good. This is Jonas Seckham. He is buying Busini's, Mr. Sub on Billings Road. We have all of the paperwork. We had the building department there on the 20th. My office was there on the 20th. There are no changes to be made. Everything is staying the same. We have the emergency contact, the workers' comp. We have his check, everything is in order. Okay, yeah, and I was down there already. Then I can. That's okay. Before I open it up to the board, why don't you tell us a little bit of what your plans are for there and what you're going to be doing there?
Well, I'm going to continue the tradition of Bushi's Mr. Sub. It's been in the market since 1972. So I'm just making any changes, keep serving the city of Quincy and the surrounding area, and I'm hoping to grow up the business and keep doing a great job.
And do you have any experience in the food business?
I've been there for 6 years, from delivery services to chain of pizzas, and I've done it all.
Okay. Does Busini's deliver still right now? I believe they do, and you're still going to offer the delivery?
Same things.
Okay. Before I open up to the board, anybody in the audience have any comments, questions, concerns? Why don't you come right up here and state your name?
I'm the owner of the 64 Billings Road.
Can you come right up here? Can you just step to the side so she...
Yeah. Hi, I'm the owner of the 64 Billings Road next to the Pichoni.
Is that the bubble tea
Yeah, bubble
shop?
tea one,
I
shop
was
one,
in
so-
there today.
Yep, and I have the Pichoni always use my restroom for a long time ago. So it's past when I do the construction.
Good. What about the restroom?
The restroom they go through, they're using mine. So that even the employee or customer, they always come to my site. So I just wonder when they're gonna build their own. Because it has been a long time.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
I agree. I'm going to build that, but it's going to give me some time.
so
See, basically,
his employees have to use your bathroom?
Yes.
it's been like that since
You don't have a bathroom in your place?
Well, here's what's happening. So this
Is
business.
this where the wall went up?
Yes.
Mr. Chairman, if I may, this just came to my attention today, and I went by there today. The pizza shop used to be a large facility. It was subdivided several years ago.
Just like here.
And what was left over was common bathroom facilities. There were 2 bathrooms that both sides were able to access. Since that time, I've learned today that Bubble Tea has taken out one bathroom and closed the wall off to that side.
So did they pull permits to take out
There's
the
been no
bathroom?
permits, and I would say this, that it's a problem for both of you.
Yeah, it should be
So-
closed 1 year ago, but we want to keep
Yeah.
a very good relationship with both of us.
Well, I
and say,
think,
you
I
can
think
use
by
it.
closing the wall up was not a good idea.
Yes,
both
that's
of you.
the,
So
yeah,
it's a
yeah,
problem for
I
both.
understand. I understand. I can keep using my bathroom, but I wonder when they're gonna do it because they
We're
change
not
the
here to
owner.
solve your lease issues, so you need to have someone come in with a
Can
plan
I have a word?
to have bathrooms on both sides.
Okay, so why don't you come on up? Can you please stay, because this is getting really confusing for me
Yeah,
now.
so here's the thing. I know about this problem. It's been going on for a long time. I just took over the business. I'm trying to solve the business and I keep talking to her. For the first time I met her, I said, hey, this is gonna be solved. But just give me some time. I just took the business.
So this is what I'm gonna say right now, and this is just my opinion. Right now, you guys have, there's something in the lease agreement that says you were supposed to have nothing?
No. The lease agreement, I read the lease agreement like many times. There's nothing has to say that,
They're
There's no
in
intent to say that-
violation of their building permit. That's what the problem is right now. The lease, I don't know anything about the lease.
Who would be?
But the building permit was issued based on they had common core facilities for the both of them. And now the door is shut off. And that's a problem for both of them.
So I'm actually gonna be going down there tomorrow then and close both places down until the thing is solved. So both places are gonna be closed until the bathrooms situation is straightened out, because if that's how it was originally issued, and now that has changed, that means both sides have a problem, so neither side is gonna be able to open until this gets corrected.
No, if I may make a suggestion,
Sure.
Mr. Chairman. So I was down there today, I told the folks on your side to immediately open that door back up. You need to get another bathroom back, and they need to create bathrooms. So
I will.
if they can at least open the communicating door back up, which they can do in half an hour. At least they both now have bathrooms, at least the employees. And we'll have to deal with the other issues, but I wasn't in favor of taking any vote today
Okay,
until the bigger issue gets resolved.
okay,
That's
so
just me.
will that wall be down then?
Okay,
If that wall comes down, you can stay open until this thing is resolved, and then we can come back up here and do the transfer of the license.
Actually, what they did was they took the opening, the doorway, and they put some studs and blocked it off with sheet rock, so they
Okay.
can open that right up.
Okay.
okay,
But you need to do that today.
okay, sure, no problem.
And then I would postpone this hearing until you can figure out how you're gonna figure out your bathroom count on both sides.
Will that be April 17th?
I don't know if you'd be able to fix it by then.
Well, can they at least come up with a plan?
I have a little bit of problems here. So I have checks from my partner and from my partners that I cannot deposit in my bank account because I don't have an EBS machine with Mississippi. So I have expenses I have to pay. And I pay employees, I pay my taxes,
Yeah.
I pay my food cost, and without those checks, I cannot afford. So if you can just help me with that, I'm gonna fix the situation as soon as possible. But I was relying on getting the license today, so I can start using my money. But without that, I'm not sure if this is something you can help me with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't cost you a vote. You have a bigger problem than her. You have no bathroom. You have a facility.
The bathroom is gonna be fixed.
It's a public health issue, sir. So,
Well,
Okay.
we can have.
I can keep it
we
like
can
that,
broker
we
a
use
deal
it,
together.
but
they open tomorrow morning.
I can get down there tomorrow. I can be down there at 9 o'clock. I can be down there at 9:30.
What time do you open?
We open up 10:30.
10?
I open 11.
Okay. So if Mr. Shealy is there at 9:30, 10
I mean, I
o'clock?
can come early, it's fine with me.
The problem is you took out one of your, there was two bathrooms.
I know they were.
Yeah,
They were
she took
handicapped
off.
accessible, I believe, too.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, that's an issue as well, but on the long term, they need to address the bigger issue of the bathrooms for both sides. But in the interim, if you want to go down tomorrow and see what you think, Mr.
But I still don't know how that's gonna help him if we're not gonna issue,
I think that's a problem, you know, then the seller ought to pitch in and he wants to sell the license, you're gonna have to work that out. We're not, I don't know.
I mean, if we can
Who's
work out
the
something
landlord?
together between her and I.
Who is
we can
your
keep that
landlord?
room for another month or
It's
so,
the bank.
until I fix it. Do you
Okay.
mind?
So you need a promise, make a promise
I
because,
listen,
yeah,
Listen,
the
you-
other owner, they didn't make promise. I give them 1 year to fix,
Listen,
they
you-
didn't do it.
listen, I talked to you. You see all my text messages yesterday,
Go
right?
ahead.
But it's
I'm
not-
a brand new person. If you deal without them and that's it before, that's
I mean,
them, not me.
excuse me, sir. We can give you a doing business as, you come up and you fill out the paperwork and you sign,
Okay.
and then contingent on the board hearing and at a later date, which Mr. Shealy will inform you both tomorrow of. We'll come back and if it gets revoked at that time, then But I understand your issue with the checks, and so we can give you a business certificate to get you started.
Thank you.
But again, it'll all be contingent on whether you comply, whether you keep it.
So will you be able to have plans by the 17th of April? Is that,
I think I should.
so,
I actually
and then,
For both sides.
I actually called a couple contractors about that. Actually. I'm
Okay.
just waiting for a quote. And as soon as I get the quotes, I'm gonna start building that bathroom. We need to find out a plan first.
Yeah.
What can I do it? And
does that work with you?
Yeah, because they promised me they're gonna do it,
Yeah.
they never, it had been.
Oh, we're gonna hold you as promised,
But
don't worry.
okay, right now, he promised to me, so,
Listen, you should know that you have some issues and problems as well.
yeah, I
This
know,
is
I
much.
understand.
Okay.
But before I talked to him, he ignored me, so that's why I say, oh, he said follow these, that's
no,
everything.
that's not what I did. I told you, listen,
That's-
stop talking with the other people.
Okay.
You can talk to me.
Yeah,
Okay, and it's, upstairs is closed, so you're gonna have to come tomorrow morning
Okay.
after 8:30 and
That's
get
fine.
your doing business as.
And then I'll be down there at, let's see. Yeah. I can be down there at 10:30.
Okay, sounds good to me. I'll be there at 9:30.
Is that good?
Yeah.
So can we have a motion to continue this hearing until April 17th?
Mr. Chairman, motion to continue till April 17th.
Second?
Motion made and seconded to continue the hearing of Mussini's Mr. Sub for a common vicular license due to the change in ownership for the located premise at 62 Billings Road until we can work out some issues between the tenants. And this will be continued until April 17th, which at that point we should have plans for bathrooms and solutions to problems that we've discovered today. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much.
You're all set. We'll see you on the 17th, okay?
See you in office, Miss?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. Have a good one.
Thank you.
And the last item on the agenda, hearing regarding the request of Brothers Roast Beef for a common vicular license located at 1610 Hancock Street, ND Plaku and Dennis Lika. Hours of operation 10:30 to 11. This is ND Plaku.
And the block, yes.
ND Plaku, who is going to be the manager there. All of the sign-offs were done. My office was there on the 21st of March, as was building department. Emergency contact is all filled out. Workman's comp, everything is here. I was actually in Brothers Roast Beef this afternoon. The place looked fantastic. I'm not sure if the fire department and the building department was there, but before I open it up to them, does anybody in the audience have any comments, questions, concerns? Seeing none, we'll close that portion.
I know Jimmy Wong was out, Inspector Wong. He's very thorough.
Yeah, he was in the morning.
He spotted a couple of minor things, and just thank you guys for getting right on it and fixing it.
All
So there's no issues with us. Yeah.
Beautiful. Building department,
With the
everything is good?
staff bathrooms.
You gonna keep the chicken the same?
Same everything.
Okay.
I'm gonna
We're good too.
So it's just different owners who's,
I've been working there for like 7 years now.
are you one of the brothers,
I'm the brother-in-law.
your brother-in-law?
Yeah.
Brother-in-law's roast beef now.
You live in Hanover?
Yes, I live in 288 Whiting State.
Oh, you're on Weddington and all the mansions on the other side?
Yeah, so my sister, she lives at Fort Django Lane. They have their own place.
Yeah, I know.
So they're opening a new restaurant in Hanover.
Yeah, more importantly, when's that open?
As soon as I take the brothers.
You live down there?
What's the name of the street?
Washington Street?
No, the name.
Django Lane?
It's right off the main
the
street.
three main houses they just built?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's right around the corner from
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
And I'm looking for another place to go, so Brothers is opening soon, I hope?
Yeah. I think we're gonna do a
Yeah?
good business there too, you know.
It's a great spot you have up there right now. They do a super job, and we've never had any issues. They've always been really responsive. Looking for a motion, people.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to grant the request of Brothers Roast Beef for a common victular license due to a change in ownership for the premises located at 1610 Hancock Street. Proposed managers N.D. Plaku and Dennis Leka. Proposed hours of operation, 10:30 a.m. to 11 p.m., 7 days a week.
7 days, my question.
Really?
Second?
Motion made and seconded to grant the request of Brothers Roast Beef for common vicular license for the premise located at 1610 Hancock Street. Manager will be N.D. Plaku and Dennis Leka. The hours of operation, 10:30 a.m. to 11 p.m., 7 days a week. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Thank you, good luck.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
With that concludes the hearings for today. Do I have a motion to waive the reading of the minutes?
Motion made.
Motion made. Second.
All in favor? Aye. This concludes the licensing board hearing for April 3rd, 2018. We will be meeting again on the 17th, same bat time, same bat channel. Thank you very much.